This is Jennie T Radio with Justin, Ethan, and Jono. Lots to discuss, but we can't say much. In Cobb County, we're very slow. Join us as we chat about theatre, arts, and more. We'll sit around and make some noise. Come on, let's hear you roar.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Jennie T Radio. I'm Ethan.
I'm Jono.
And I'm Justin. We work at the Jennie T Anderson Theater in Marietta, Georgia.
This program will bring you weekly updates from the art centers of Cobb County Parks.
We'll share our current activities, interview renters and members of the community, and highlight the arts around the county.
This is
Jennie T Radio!
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We are, once again, sitting in our facilities. Nothing has been reopened just yet, and we're awfully sad, but we are happy to be here with you. And today, our discussion is going to be what we wanted to be when we grew up, when we were growing up. As a kid, did you want to be an astronaut, a teacher, a lawyer? What did you want to be when you were growing up, Justin?
me. I wanted to be a baseball player, but I suck at baseball.
Did you have a position that you wanted to play?
I just wanted to be on the team.
Did you have a player that you idolized?
No.
No? So you just arbitrarily...
It was like, I wanted to be a baseball player for like a year, and then I didn't anymore, but for the longest, well, I guess just a year, but that year I was like, yeah, it didn't work out, sadly.
Well, I mean, obviously. I mean, you're here. So...
Yeah. What about you?
I wanted to be a baseball player, too. Although I actually played a lot. And
Okay.
I used to be able to name the entire Braves roster back when they won the World Series. But I really, really enjoyed... I love baseball, I love sports, but I wanted to be a baseball player. No one in here knows sports at all. Jono, what did you want to be?
Oddly enough, I wanted to be a baseball player, too.
What?
I'm just kidding. I know nothing about
No,
baseball.
that's
No. You know, I was on a soccer team. That was the only sport I ever played when I was like 6 or 7. My sister and I were on the same soccer team. It was like a community kids soccer team. And they kicked me off of the team, though, because anytime I would literally disrupt games, because anytime a ball would ever be kicked to me, I didn't have the reflex to kick the ball back, so it would just like hit me, and I would start crying, and I would run out into the stands to where my mom was. She would encourage me, go back out onto the field, and that's when everyone would applaud, like, yay! And now that I look back, it's so cringy because they were like clearly every family was like, oh my god, this kid,
Here he goes again.
Oh, but yeah, no, I'm sure that the coach had a discussion with my family, and they were saying, you know, are you sure? Is he sure that this is what he wants to do? He doesn't seem like he's enjoying this. And to which my parents are smart, and they were like, yeah, he's not enjoying this, you know. So they put me in theater. When I'm not joking about this one. I am dead serious. I grew up in a community theater setting, and my dad's best friend was the manager of the Performing Arts Center that I was, you know, at every single summer. I remember asking him when I was a kid, what is your actual job title? And he said that I am an arts administrator. So when I was like 7 years old, I was going around telling people I wanted to be an arts administrator when I grew up, and they're like, what? Like, and of course people were like, oh, so you want to be an actor? No, I want to be at a desk. And so here I am.
Today, we really wanted to go over some particular public media contributions that the Cultural Arts and Affairs for Cobb County are creating and releasing for our community. We're still striving to create and interact with the public in fun and crafty type ways.
Yeah!
And you can find all these videos on our Facebook pages and on the Cobb County Parks page. It's cobbcounty.org/parks. We're just going to kind of go through the main offerings that we've got coming up. Just to point out the obvious, you're listening to it right now. It's our Jennie T radio program. We're trying to attempt to entertain and inform on how we're all serving you, our community. We're calling our local arts friends and fellow Cobb County reps to discuss everything from art, culture, our lives, and basically anything in between. John, how have you liked it so far?
I think it's been a lot of fun. It's given us something to do, and I hate for people to think that we are just sitting around in the theater literally doing nothing all day just because we can't have renters. And we are doing our best to stay busy and be creative, keep that side of our brain thinking, and we are not just putting out Jennie T Radio, but we're doing a bunch of other things and getting ourselves involved in the other arts around the county, which we'll go over in just a few minutes. I'm having a lot of fun with Jennie T Radio.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun, and plus the fact that, creative types, I hate to say it that way, but it sounds like pretentious, but creative types, we need an outlet anyway, so we want to do as much.
And I love hearing myself talk.
So another big project that we have all been involved with in some ways is Frugal Finds. Frugal Finds is a lot of fun, and we've already completed and released multiple videos, more to come, of our park staff attempting these easy-to-do art projects. Basically, our staff members are filmed demonstrating how you can make beautiful art with simple, Dollar Tree art kits.
There are 8 art centers in the county. 4 of them are actual art places where you can go and do pottery, make arts. That is the sole purpose of why they are there. And then there are 4 event centers, and we are a part of the one of those event centers. So we don't often get to do a lot of that creating. And these 8 centers, we're all in like our own little silos throughout the year, and we don't ever really bleed into the other silo. Like when this quarantine happened, we all had to start working together to create social media campaigns and all that good stuff. We are working with these other centers almost for the first time, and I'm actually getting to know my coworkers on a new level, and I absolutely love them. They're fantastic people, but we have had these fun, playful rivalries as to who can create the better kind of art project. And, is it the artists themselves that are working at these art centers? Or is it these event center people that don't ever do anything, art related? So,
we get underestimated.
Yes. So we are having a really great time in a competitive way.
Well, that's great. And, actually, Jono's a part of that committee of groups of different people from each facility. So a lot of this social media stuff, you can thank him and that group for, because they've really been working hard to come up with stuff like this for us.
It's been challenging, but it's been a lot of fun. We are not just sitting around our facilities. We are trying to keep our names out there, stay relevant. Even though the arts are kind of quiet right now, we are doing our best to just kind of stay at the forefront. So when things do kick back into shape, when most of our fiscal years, wherever you are kind of like starting over, they're not going to take down from arts budgets just because we haven't had anything going on, but we are trying to stay relevant so we can stay funded.
Absolutely, we want to produce. These next 3 are very similar, but they're different, but they're very, very similar. So Field Trip Fridays is a fun way you can explore various theater venues, performance spaces, art galleries that are just around the metro Atlanta area. These videos allow us to show you other locations, event spaces that some people may not know about, or heard of, but never had a chance to visit. These aren't, county facilities. These are locations you can go to that are really, really fun.
I believe the first one was at the Marietta Museum.
Yeah, the Marietta Art Gallery.
Art Gallery, yeah. And then there's another one coming up for the Strand. There's another one for Dad's Garage. They're hitting some of the big spots in town.
Yeah, so those are a lot of fun to take a look at.
Oh, did y'all hear that? It must be Susanna!
So recently I started sewing this new jacket I'm going to have in the fall. And so I pull out all my sewing supplies, I pulled out the fabric from inside the bag, and I turn around, and Speedy, he's got in the bag, he's sitting down and looking at me. Speedy is now my sewing partner and likes to hang out with me every time I sew.
So similar to the Field Trip Fridays is our Day in the Life series. Now the twist on that is we actually have our own facility heads, people like Jono, people like Caitlin over at the
Art
Place, yeah, I get the art station, art place and stuff. Suzanne over at Sewell Mill, blah, 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 etc. We basically, the fun on that is they actually give us a tour. We ask them a bunch of questions. Some are silly, some are relevant. But you get to find out, you get a glimpse of the facility, you get a glimpse of the spaces, and you get to really meet the people that are running these facilities. Also, there's the studio tours. It's along the same vein of the Field Trip and the Day in the Life, but it's a lot more intimate. It actually allows you to meet local artists. You get to learn about them. You get to check out some of their art, and you actually get to check out their personal studios and art places, along with some further insights into what motivates them, their style, their education.
The first one that they posted happened to be at the artist's like home, and he creates art from his basement, and that was really cool because I mean, I'm sure that's most artists these days are creating from home, but it was really cool how he had set up like his own studio in the basement of his home, and it was really 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 nice.
Yeah, it's a neat video. They check out a ton of his stuff, and his name's Miles Davis. It's not the Miles Davis, but Miles. Kidding. But yeah, they interview with him, go kind of a deep dive. It's really cool. We hope these tours and interviews allow all of you to realize how much opportunity is out there in regards to event spaces to visit, artists to follow, and really just get a feel for the vast amount of opportunities to experience performances, new locations, and art that's just easily within reach. It's something to look forward to, that once we start really getting back to opening, hopefully soon at some point. Another great program for those do-it-yourselfers is being produced is our Demo Tuesdays. Essentially, our staff members give step-by-step tutorials on various projects that anyone who's interested can do from home. They will go over all the materials needed, all the instructions that you can revisit anytime. You can go back to these videos anytime you want and do these fun, like, do-it-yourself projects.
Their demo days, each week is going to be something different. It's going to be pottery one week, or ink blots the next. It's going to be something very cool. Stuff that some of these things that you can actually do from home. You might need to go to a craft store to get some of the supplies, but these are all things that you don't need to come to a facility to create. It's all fun activities that you can have with your families, or if you're like me, just by yourself, sadly, in a dining room.
Well, it's like mini HGTVs. Like,
that's it.
Make your own stuff. We also have another silly, fun thing that we really love and we've all been really enjoying, actually, is the Affordable Artistry Series. Basically, just you can go and watch our staff attempt to create beautiful art with just household items. You can reconstruct an amazing sculpture with cardboard and glue, or recreate your favorite artist work with tape and markers. Best of all, you get to laugh at us, which we laugh at ourselves. So please feel free. And, last but not least, going over, we have virtual galleries, and they're exactly what they sound like, but with a kind of a small twist on there, too. Our art centers are collecting work from our community and our part staff to display online for your viewing pleasure. So if you miss hitting a gallery, this series might help you scratch that itch.
Their virtual galleries are really, really fun. Some of these pieces they actually have in their actual facility because they went and picked them up, and they're just taking all these 360 photos of them, and they're really, really cool. You'll find a couple of other projects from various members around the county. It's a really fun way to visit a museum or an art gallery without actually having to go there.
Yeah, and it's all kinds of different mediums. They're using every option you have, art like pottery,
quilts,
yeah, all that stuff. So it's really cool and a fun way to enjoy from your home or from your computer, new art and just community stuff. So.
Yeah, and I believe they are continuing this virtual gallery. So reach out to us at the Jennie T if you are interested in submitting any of your work, and we'll be more than happy to pass it along to the powers that be at the Art Station by Maple House.
Yes. So those are the main programs that are coming out. Our contributions to social media. That's not just an advertisement for, hey, look at Cobb County's arts and culture. It's we want to interact with you, so please feel free to comment, go on there and leave, post a picture of what you've done, please. We want to make this a community effort, not just something that we're doing for you, but with you.
Yeah, we want all involvement. This is for you, and we want to share whatever the community has and what we have. We are very proud of the work that we are doing, but we also are very proud of the work that you are doing. The only exception might be the dinosaur painting that Caitlin had put together. But other than that, we absolutely want to share your work. And those are the offerings from Cobb County Parks Cultural Affairs Unit. We are so excited to continue on this social media campaign through September. And
so join us online.
Yes, join us online, and we will see you next week.